Hello YouTube, 87 Ricer here. So, part 4 of riding around Owensville, Missouri. I'm hitting up some side streets. I'm hitting up some side streets here in town. Just kind of showing you some areas that y'all haven't really seen a whole lot of. I don't usually ride out in Owensville all that much, so these videos are a very rare occasion kind of thing, because from Herman to Owensville is just a little over 30 miles, and this Olaf gets about 60 miles to the tank, and so it's a little bit of a ride. And so with that being said, I just don't really ride out a whole lot to Owensville and show a whole lot of riding videos. Now there was a guy behind me earlier. He did not like the way I made a right-hand turn. I'm gonna make a left-hand turn and go back down one of the other roads. Yeah, this way. This way. There's a beautiful blue house right here. It is blue. This place has a lot of statues. Yeah. This place has a lot of statues. Lions, tigers, Indians, angels, bunch of statues. It's like a little cemetery of statues. It says Bird Bath Paradise, our happy place. I mean, it's even got a little bridge, just a little bitty bridge. So I bet if it floods, I bet if the rain's heavy, there's a little ditch line. This probably gets full of water, so they walk over the little bridge. Everybody has to make their slice of heaven, which that's cool. I like that. I like it. It's a beautiful place. Very, very beautiful place. An S10. So yeah, very beautiful. They destroyed that house there. I can tell that they destroyed that house because it's no longer up. Alright, so I'm going to take you down some other roads in town. I'm going to take you down some other roads in town. I've been down these blocks a few different times already. And so this is getting a little boring for me. We will check out some other areas. I don't know what this place is, but it's definitely a factory of some sort. So, just kind of letting the sound of the moped and the visuals of the houses as they pass by me, letting all that kind of sink in. I'm going to take you down one of Owensville's other main streets. It's an old main street but it's a main street nonetheless. I used to go in here with my brothers. They used to do it was a bar. It was a bar. We would go in there and we'd have a few drinks. But I mean, I wasn't of legal age, so I didn't drink. But I'd had, soda pops, and they had their drinks. We had good times. Played some pool in there. Look at this old house. This one stands out. Green and white. Alright, so this is one of the main streets of Owensville, Missouri. And if you all are familiar with Owensville, Missouri, then you know exactly where I'm at and what street I'm on. Like I said, this is a main street, one of the main streets where they do their car shows. So when Owensville does the car show, they put on the car show on this street here, this entire street. And it comes back to about here where John Seago Auto Body is. And they just, put on some good car shows, letting some nice classics come show off. Now I'm gonna show you a place to come and eat whenever you do come to Owensville. I like it. It's at the old bank. The place that is in the old bank is now a restaurant that they call Owensville. Owensville is located right here. This building right here. Owensville. I'm going to take a left. This facility right here, Owensville, is where you can get a nice meal at. Hi. That's a drive-up window. Place an order, pick up at the drive-thru. Here's the sign. Like I said, this used to be a bank. It used to be a bank, and then the bank built a new bank, and then Owensville got really big, and they needed more room, so they took over the old bank. So when you're in Owensville, if you want a good greasy spoon of a place to eat, this is where you come. This is it's your tried and true greasy spoon of Owensville. It's not one of those what do you call them? It's not a corporation of like McDonald's and Burger King. It's not that kind of place. This is your hometown local eatery. Come check them out when you're in Owensville. Tell them that 87 Ricer sent you. This facility on this street. This is, like I said, this is one of the main streets. If you're coming into Owensville from one of the directions, I'm gonna pull over to an old parking lot where my dad used to work at a auto parts store here. This used to be an auto parts store. So when you're coming into Owensville, you're gonna come up to these stoplights here from coming down the main artery, because up that way is McDonald's. So if you don't want to eat at McDonald's and you want something nice, local, greasy spoon like, drive past McDonald's, come down this way, and at these lights, take a right. You're gonna see that Kathleen's Real Estate old church looking thing. Come down this and you will find Owensville. Now that's your local greasy spoon eatery that that is worth checking out, and your money's not going into the pockets of a billionaire. No, your money's going to a family that provides really good quality food. That does really good quality food. Owensville. Not hard to find. Not hard to find. I can tell that the temperature is raised up a bit. It's probably in the upper 50s now. Now, I was just talking about graveyards and gravestones and stuff at that other facility, at that other house. And then, what do you know? Tombstones. But then again, we're right across from a funeral home. Right there. That's the funeral home. I've always liked hearses. Like, I like the shape of hearses. I like their cool, ugly design of just hearses in general. Their odd shape. The odd shape that they have just intrigues me, and I've always liked them. I've always liked the hearses because of their odd shape. And the only time that you really see a hearse being used is when somebody's passed away, which means that I'm sure that they're taken care of. I'm sure that they're being taken care of. Alright, well, I've kind of showed you some side streets of Owensville. I didn't really go down the whole way. Well, let's find some other back roads. As I said, I'm just kind of cruising around with you all, showing you. I wish I could tell you something about these roads, but I just don't know. I'm not going to claim like I know everything about these side roads of Owensville when I really don't. I literally don't know everything about Owensville. I know that Owensville has been my other home away from Herman. So when I come to Owensville, it's really because I got family that lives out here too. I have 4 older brothers and an older stepsister. Well, I have 4 older brothers and an older sister, and then I have all sisters younger than me that live in Herman, and then I have 3 younger sisters that live in Owensville. So yeah, so I got 4 older brothers that live in Owensville, an older sister that lives in Owensville, 3 younger sisters that live in Owensville, and 5 younger sisters that live in Herman. So I've got siblings between Herman and Owensville that's why I consider Owensville like my second home, because I've lived out in Herman for a good chunk of my life, and Owensville has been the town that I consider as like my secondary off and on hometown, because I like Owensville, but it just, honestly, if that cop in town keeps running me off, I might not like Herman that much. Ooh, look at this beautiful car. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this is a relic right here. A real relic. Just seeing this station wagon in the condition that it's in, seeing it on the road, I wonder if it even starts up. I mean, my mom, I'm not kidding, my mom, she had a Ford that was, my mom had a Ford, and it honestly was in the same shape of it, but it was a little bit more flat. It didn't really have that pillar like that, but it was a little bit flat. But man, this takes me back to childhood memories. My mom would drive a Ford station wagon, kind of like this, from Missouri to Nebraska and back. That's crazy. Oh, I'm just checking out the car. Yeah, it intrigued me, so I was just showing it in my little video. I won't mess with it though. So, the rust on it looks cool. That takes me down memory lane. That's cool. I like that. So, I just had to show it off. I just spotted it, so I wanted to show you all. Stuff like that intrigues me. I find it interesting. So, it's just cool because like I said, my mom had a Ford station wagon just almost like that, but I think it was more of the, I want to say it was more of the 80s, more 80s model-ish, like mid 80s. Man, I really like the picture that's in my head of the Ford station wagon that she had. Really, to me, fits the early 80s style station wagon. So to see that just really hits home. That's cool. So now there was a guy that came out and he asked if he could help me. That's why I was talking, or that's why I was telling the other guy that no, I'm just filming you a cool ride. I don't want people to think that I'm going to vandalize their stuff, because I'm not. I'm not a vandalizer. I respect everybody's belongings. Everybody should respect other people's personal property. And unfortunately, in the world, we don't have too many people that respect people's properties. And that's what we need. We need people to respect people's properties. I just like showing off. I like showing off a lot of. I just like showing off. I don't ever want people to get worried about me coming around and like checking out the ride, but I understand when you got a crazy looking goon outside that's got a camera really scoping out your rust bucket of a car that you probably cherish like a lot. I could see why you would be a little concerned and just check to see if they needed help, because he probably doesn't get a lot of people that, you know, appreciate that car for what it is. And, you know, like I said, living out in Owensville, from a lot of my brothers, they told me, or I would always hear them back in the day, Owensville, you can't leave your stuff unlocked out in Owensville. You got to leave your stuff locked, and even that doesn't always keep people from getting into your stuff. So I never really heard anything too good about Owensville growing up as far as personal property not being vandalized and stuff. But I'm not saying that it's a bad town. I'm really not. It's just back when I was growing up, that was the 90s. Now it's the 2000s. I'm sure that the kids that need to learn to respect people's belongings are the younger generation, because the generation that I am a part of, we all had that disciplinary boundaries. We were taught, don't mess with people's belongings, don't take people's belongings, don't destroy people's belongings. We have that mentality. But it's the younger generation that doesn't have that etched into their brain. That's the generation that gives the trouble. That's the people that don't comprehend because they don't have their own personal property to worry about. If they had their own personal property to worry about, they might not actually mess with other people's belongings when they were at an age of being hooligans. And I'm not saying people can't change, but you do get them few that just they don't. I'm gonna take a left. Gonna take a left. To the left, to the left. Ooh, I see some old cars. I see a couple old cars. There's an old car back there. There's some old car back here. Actually, I think I recognize the white car. I want to say I recognize this white car. There's a yellow car over there. I want to say I recognize this car, but I can't be for sure. My dad had a Rambler. My dad had a Rambler, and it was white. I want to say that this was a car that my dad had. My dad had a Rambler for a short period of time, my lord, that's a nice. I'm almost positive that my dad had this car. I may be totally wrong, but I'm almost positive. There's a little car over there I want to show off here very quickly after I get done showing off this other car that I just happened to spot. The station wagon. Now look at that ride right there. That's a beautiful ride. You can tell this car's been sitting for a hot minute. It's got some flat spots, but I think with some work, a little TLC, that thing will. Oh my goodness! I was just talking about the hearses. Check out this hearse. All right. I gotta turn it off. I'm gonna turn off the bike. I'm gonna show you all. This is a beautiful ride. I was literally just talking about hearses, and then what happens? It's a sign from God. He says, "You like hearses, Chris? Let's go down this road and check out this hearse." So, oh my Lord, that is beautiful. This is definitely going to take more than just a little bit of work. It's definitely going to need a lot of TLC, tender loving care. Holy crap. Somebody. Still very, very nice. Very, very nice. Alright. So, I just found out some history on this hearse. This is a 1952 Eureka Cadillac body, but Eureka. And he said that it's actually framed with wood, and that the wood's actually starting to rot, so if I was to open up the doors, they would hang about a foot lower. But a 1952 Eureka, and that white Rambler back there that I thought was my dad's actually is my dad's old car. So I was right. Because the guy came over and told me, I was like, "Hey, did you buy this from so-and-so?" And he's like, "Yeah, I actually did." I was like, "Well, that's my dad." I had a feeling that was the Rambler that he had. So, yeah, 1952 Eureka hearse Cadillac body panels and stuff. But, yeah. So, yeah, he knows my dad, and he was just coming to check on, like I said, there's people that they just, people get worried. They see people snooping around their stuff. So yes, the white Rambler is my dad's old Rambler. But I'm gonna show you the Rambler. I'm gonna show you that other car, and I'm gonna show you the small car. But yeah, I just happened, and he said he's got like 15 hearses. So he's got more than just that hearse. But yeah, he said that it's a wood frame, and the wood starting to rot, so not good. But yeah, I thought I recognized that Rambler. That Rambler is cool. It really, yeah, that's a car that my dad used to own for a hot minute. He had that. It actually looks really good. So here's some older cars, but I wanted to show you this little tiny car here. Check out this little tiny car. All right, here's this little tiny car. Look at that. Look at that. You don't find too many of these. I don't even know what this one's called, but this is cool. Wow. That is sweet. The interior is really well done. Like, it's very well maintained. That's a tiny back seat. That looks like a little carburetor, but that's a tiny back seat. You can put one kid back there, maybe two small kids, and even then. But that's cool. So there's the logo for this. That looks like a 3 or an M. That's cool. I like these rear view mirrors. That's how you see. There's a shifter on the column, so shifter column. Wow. So, all right, well, I've made this video a little bit too long. I just wanted to show you. I'm going to end my video here, part 4 of Owensville, riding in Owensville. If you like, give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. If you want to subscribe to my crazy ass channel, hit the bell notification to be notified about every crazy ass video that I upload. I'm 87 Ricer. Hope you enjoyed part 4 of riding around town. This is the longest video I made of riding around Owensville. So my dad's old Rambler. This is a cool car. 87 Ricer out. Peace. Part 5 to come. Bye.